What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jacob Daniel, back at it again here at the Speed Kills podcast. It is go time. Draft time is nearly upon us. We are 1 week away from the 2018 NFL Draft. Today, we are talking Bengals draft once again. Today, we are talking about their first round possible picks and or options. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first option that I have, and if he slides to them, is Mike McGlinchey, tackle out of Notre Dame. Mike McGlinchey is clearly the number one tackle in a weak tackle class. I think that if he would be able to slide to the Bengals would run to the podium and pick him, no doubt about it. This would definitely fill our need with right tackle, with the other need on the left side being filled with the trade back with the 21st pick. But I do think that this would be a great pick. I'd be really happy to pick Mike McGlinchey at 21. Now, the thing about Mike McGlinchey, and I basically already said it before, is it's if he slides to the Bengals. He's mostly projected, top 17 pick or top 20, and we have the 21st pick. I don't really see the Bengals trading up in the first round unless they package the 21st pick with one of their third rounds, and they get up to 17 to pick him if they really, really want him. But Mike McGlinchey, like I said, it's if he gets there, and I really hope that he does. But Mike McGlinchey did visit. He visited with the coaches and to Cincinnati 3 times. They brought him in for visits. So draft rumors and bringing him in for visits, it's very good news. That means he's probably really high on the Bengals draft board. And like I said, this would fill our need at right tackle. And I would personally really, really like this pick. Staying with offensive linemen, another possible pick would be Isaiah Wynn, tackle guard out of Georgia. He played tackle in regular season games for Georgia, but in the Senior Bowl and being scouted, he's being scouted as a guard. So, in my opinion, Isaiah Wynn, he'd be a good pick, but I think tackle is more important than guard. I think he would solidify the guard position. But interior linemen, I don't want to say they don't mean as much, but they don't mean as much as tackles, or they're not as hard to find as tackles. And I would support this pick, but I'd rather go in a different direction because I think there would be other players available at the 21st overall pick. But if we were to draft him, I'd completely understand, and I would support the pick. Staying with offensive linemen, let's go to center. In my last video, I talked about how center was the biggest need for the Cincinnati Bengals, and it is. With Russell Bodine leaving in free agency, we only have one guy on the depth chart, and if we draft a rookie, he would most likely start right off the bat. With the 21st overall pick, the Bengals would be choosing their guy out of their centers, which one they like the most. And this, for me, I think it would be a great idea. It'd fill the center position, and it'd be great. Obviously, there's 3 top-tier centers, James Daniels, Frank Ragnow, and Billy Price. A lot of people around the Cincinnati area are really high on Billy Price because of his Ohio State tags. So I would rank them like how I list them: James Daniels, Frank Ragnow, and Billy Price. Other people have James Daniels, Billy Price, Frank Ragnow. But I think with the 21st overall pick, we should either go with, if we were to choose center, it'd probably be James Daniels or Frank Ragnow. James Daniels is considered to be the best center and to have the most upside. He just makes reach blocks look effortless, and he'd be a great option, I'd think. Frank Ragnow, though, he's more consistent. You already know what he is. You basically, when he comes in, he'll start right off the bat, just like James Daniels would. But you already know what it is. He doesn't have as much potential, but he would be a very good center in the league for a long time. And he's more of a safer pick than James Daniels. I would like if we chose center in round 1. It'd be whether to get their guy that they like, that they no doubt want. But I would support center, choosing center in the first round. All right, let's moving to the defensive side of the ball. Let's go ahead and talk about linebacker. I think there's 2 possible guys for us to pick if if the Bengals choose to go linebacker. In the first one would be Rashaan Evans out of University of Alabama. And I think that this would be a great pick. The Bengals have neglected the linebacker position for a really long time, signing free agent after free agent. And our only really solid linebacker that we have is Montez Burfict. And obviously he's usually suspended for most of the season. But I think that this would solidify the middle. He's a great run stopper. His instincts are very good. He's widely considered to have the best potential out of all the linebackers in this draft class. And I personally really like it if we went with him. I think that this would be the head on the nail if we went linebacker, and I would like this pick. So the second guy for linebacker, if we went linebacker in the first round, would be Leighton Vander Esch out of Boise State. Now, this guy has said to have flashes of Brian Urlacher in college, and I do think that this would be another good pick. He's very athletic, very long, has very good instincts on the field, and I think he could cover tight ends and be really good in coverage as well as a run stopper. So I think his feel for the game is very good, and I think that this would be a great pick too. If we went linebacker and chose either one of these guys, I think that it would be very good. But the one thing about choosing linebacker in this class is the linebacker class is said to be pretty deep and filled with talent. So I think that most likely the Bengals will not pick linebacker in the first round. I think they probably wait till maybe the third round to fifth round to start choosing linebackers. But if they did pick the first round, I think they'd come in and start and do a very good job. Another great pick with the 21st overall pick on the defense side of the ball would be Derwin James, safety out of Florida State. Now, Derwin James could play any safety position. He could play free safety, strong safety, or he could play in that nickel package, or he could play that rover position, cover tight ends and such. But he is a great athlete, and this is all if Derwin James would fall. The latest I think that he would fall would maybe be like 17. I don't see him going in the 20s, but if he did, I think this would be another great pick, and I think that the Bengals would definitely consider this, and this would definitely fill a need. And the safety position, in my last video I mentioned, we only have really Sean Williams and George Iloka, and those are just two guys that are kind of just okay, and I definitely think that Derwin James would be able to fill this need, and I think he'd be a great player and a great safety in the NFL for a very long time. But like I said, he is considered either a top 10 or top 15 draft pick, so it's all about if he falls to the Cincinnati Bengals if they were to pick him. All right, staying on the defensive side of the ball, let's go to corner, and I think if they chose to go corner, which a lot of Bengals fans feel iffy about just because we have Dre Kirkpatrick and Darqueze Dennard. Darqueze Dennard being the slot and Dre Kirkpatrick being the outside coverage guy, and William Jackson being the other one. But if we did, I think Joshua Jackson would be an absolute great pick out of Iowa. He would become a cover corner and one of the top speed guys. He's very long, very lanky, very good in coverage, has great ball skills, and I think if you got him opposite William Jackson, then they'd become some of the best team corners in the game. And then I think if we drafted him, then they would move Dre Kirkpatrick into the slot coverage corner position, or they just go away with Dre Kirkpatrick. I know a lot of fans would like that. I would like that as well. So if we went with Joshua Jackson, I think that'd be very good, and it would solidify the other corner position across from William Jackson. Now, I already made a video about this, but kind of the dark horse position that if the Bengals choose to pick in 21 would be quarterback. I think that Lamar Jackson would be there, and I fully support Lamar Jackson with the 21st overall pick. I think it's possible that he gets picked before that, but if he is there, I definitely think the Bengals should consider it. Definitely, he could learn from Andy Dalton, and Andy Dalton, I think, has 2 or 3 more years on his contract, and after those contract years come up, the Bengals will not want to pay Andy Dalton, and then we will have Lamar Jackson there to pick up the starting role, and I think he'd be great. He's compared a lot to Michael Vick. I think he's a better passer than Michael Vick was coming out of college. He's very accurate. He does have some mechanical issues with his lower body. He needs to start putting his whole body into throws, but I think he's definitely a project worth considering and worth the 21st overall pick. And it's the draft is really considering best overall player with team need, and finding that in between is very hard. And I think the Bengals should do a good job. My favorite scenario, obviously, would be picking Mike McGlinchey with the 21st overall pick, and then our second round pick with the 46th pick, picking one of the centers, because I think the centers will definitely fall. And I think Frank Ragnow will probably be there at 46 if any of those centers will be there. And then that would fix all the offensive line needs most likely. And then I think that would probably be the best way to go. And I would like both of those picks. I think it's phenomenal. I think the Bengals have a lot of ways that they can nail the first round and nail the second round. But I definitely think that either any of these options that they'd go with, I'd support. I really like a lot of these guys. All right, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. The podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, and Stitcher. So subscribe on those. This has been your boy, Jacob Daniel. Peace.